You and I, living in the strangest of times, on my hill, watching while the cities rise. From the cleft that we left, when the sun beat it down into the valley.
If you would like to hear Night Dreams Talk Radio on your local radio station, let them know. Tell them to check out www.nightdreamstalkradio.com. And thank you.
Night Dreams Talk Radio Network brings you the World Paranormal News with James Creechbaum. Now, the latest news.
This is Night Dreams Talk Radio Network News, and I'm James Creechbaum. Leaked files expose Pentagon's UFO program. New details have been revealed about the Pentagon's research into exotic propulsion systems and UFOs. Now, 2 months ago, however, Pentagon spokesperson Susan Goff threw a spinner in the works by telling Black Vault founder John Greenwald Jr. that ATAP didn't have anything to do with UFOs. Now, though, Popular Mechanics journalist has further lifted the lid on the Pentagon's activities thanks to newly released documents from Bigelow Aerospace Exotic Science Division. These files suggest that ATIP actually did investigate unidentified aerial phenomena and that it even looked into the effects of exposure to anomalous vehicles and exotic propulsion systems. The report even refers to Utah Skinwalker Ranch as a possible laboratory for studying other intelligences and possible interdimensional phenomena. Another plane saw the Nimitz Tic Tac UFO but was forced to keep quiet. One big question revolves around whether any other plane saw the UFO and why haven't those pilots come forward? An answer of sorts was given recently by a longtime investigator of the incident. And this is what they said. The gentleman I spoke to, I checked his history, and he flew the Hawkeye. The reason he declined to appear was because he had to sign a document shortly after the incident telling him not to speak. Even exposing himself and talking to me was complicated for him. It wasn't really a volunteer process. It was more like, sign this and don't ever talk about what you saw. UFO sightings, the NASA astronauts. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, James Lovell, Gordon Cooper, Frank Borman, Scott Carpenter, and John Glenn all have made comments concerning the UFOs they saw during the NASA days. Gordon Cooper, in 1996, Gordon Cooper related his own UFO experiences to the public. He reported his sightings to Blue Book, but he received no response. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin reported that they saw UFOs during their historic landing on the moon during the Apollo 11 flight in 1969. Armstrong said that aliens have a base on the moon and told them to know, in no uncertain terms, to get off and stay off the moon. Strange-shaped UFO lands in a canyon near a coal mining site in Australia. And there's footage, and this footage was recorded recently by coal miners working for 2 consecutive days. And it reveals at least 2 UFOs, from which at least one seems to land in the canyon near a coal mining site in Australia's Middleton, Queensland. Now, day 1, the first sighting shows a UFO that appears almost like an upside-down pyramid and is a few miles away from the coal mine and likely a few hundred feet wide when it descends into the canyon. Day 2, the second sighting demonstrates another unusual aircraft surrounded by some kind of energy field. Now, the object remains motionless in the air for a while before it also appears to be descending into the canyon. The object made no sounds and were not like any other terrestrial flying crafts. SETI to hunt for alien technosignatures. SETI is ramping up its search for intelligent alien life by sniffing out indicators of extraterrestrial technology. Founded in Mountain View, California back in November 20th, 1984, the SETI Institute has made it its mission to systematically scan the skies for evidence that we are not alone in the universe. This latest endeavor, which will use data from a very large array in New Mexico, plans to search for telltale signatures of alien technology on other worlds. Such technical signatures could include certain combinations of chemicals on a planet's atmosphere or signs of large structures either on the surface or in orbit. Are humans alone in the universe? The panspermia theory determines that life may have developed elsewhere in the galaxy and fallen to Earth from space or from Mars, which was a viable ecosystem 3.5 billion years ago. We are not alone, statistically. Life could develop in many parts of the universe. It is said that only intelligent beings could deny the existence of life elsewhere in our universe over 3 billion years. The alien artifact left on Earth, or some link with a far distant galaxy could suddenly expose mankind to alien contact. This is only a matter of time. Next news break, top of the hour.
Night Dreams Talk Radio, After Dark, wants to give a big shout out to all the truckers that listen to our show.
Are you ready to take that ride in the paranormal? Our guest tonight, Tom Davis. We'll be talking UFOs, aliens, abductions, conspiracies. Find that easy chair. Curl up next to that fire. Get yourself something warm to drink. Tonight, we're going to take you down that road of UFOs and abductions. We'll be right back with Tom Davis right after this.
You can advertise your business on Night Dreams Talk Radio, and you will be heard worldwide. Why not contact us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
And we are back. I'm trying to get Tom on the phone right now, and we can have a real ride into the paranormal.
Great.
Hi, Tom. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. I have some bad news, and I have some good news.
Oh, you're like my wife. I got good news. I got bad news. The good news, I got a raise. Bad news, I got in an accident on the way home, and the car is totaled. What is your bad news?
Well, the bad news is that I talked to a group of hostile aliens, and they told me that they were getting ready to wipe out Homo sapiens from the face of the planet. But the good news is I spoke to another group of aliens, and they said that if I could find one government official that would tell the truth about alien agendas, they would spare all of us. And all I have to say is, Gary, James, it's been a pleasure knowing both of you.
Oh, my God. You just wrecked my whole week.
I'm so appalled.
Well, you know that aliens, they only eat the brains of politicians. So if that is
They're
true,
starving to death.
they will starve to death very fastly, because if you can find one politician, especially now in D.C., that has a brain, okay, then I don't know. Maybe they won't die off, but I'm pretty sure they're going to start really fast.
Is finding a politician with a brain kind of like finding teeth in a chicken?
Maybe. What do you think, James? That's a heavy one.
That's an oxymoron. That's like jumbo shrimp or something.
Yeah. So how
you're both tolerating my sense of humor, and I appreciate that.
Well, how you been, Tom?
I've been good. Our distributor for Metatron Power and Light got a hold of me and requested that I open up a Twitter account. So after 18 months, tells you how busy I've been. I finally got it opened up, and they actually offer that to everyone that they work for, and I just now got around to doing it. So I finally opened up a Twitter account to all the places that they send our music to get it out there. So
that's great. You know what I found? I didn't realize. You go on to the media, okay? Now, I did an experiment on Facebook. I put up there, if you see this, let me know, okay? I had, in 2 days' time, with people sharing, 89 people respond and said they saw my posting. Now, I have 5,000 friends on my personal. Now, I have my group for the show, 2 of them actually, and 1 for me as being a personality for the show. But I chose my own personal one. I just wanted to see how many people would respond. The bad part is, even with Twitter, unless you pay them money, a small percent of people see what you post. But they got a cure for it. Just send them $99 and they'll send it out to a mass amount of people. That's $99 a month. The other one, I'm not mentioning their name, is, hey, well, you know what? You can spend $10 and 397 people will see it. And you can have, what's the point of having 5,000 friends on your media?
If 89 of them can only see what you're doing. Yeah,
I mean, if I'd known that, I'd only had 100 friends. Of course, then if you have 100 friends, what's only 3 people going to see your posting? It's all done by, that computer.
Well, Facebook, in my opinion, it has a lot of flaws. I know people that have run into the same thing that you've run into with it, and they're less than enamored with it. What happened was I actually had a Facebook account, and I didn't realize what the rules were. And I quite innocently started, because I was really happy that I had a Facebook account, and I wanted to share the wealth, so to speak, about, the band that I'm very proud of, all the members of Metatron Power and Light. So I started putting in all this stuff, not realizing that went against what their rules were, and they considered that to be commercial advertising. So they disabled, after 2 hours, they disabled my Facebook account. Oh, well.
Oh, yeah. Do they want money? You remember the media, MySpace?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they want.
Yeah, I sure do.
I was on MySpace. I was a cool older person on MySpace, and then one day it was like somebody flipped the light switch off. It just like nobody was on it anymore. And it happened really fast. Everybody went to Facebook and said, "Hey, I'm not going to be on MySpace anymore." The reason why, it got too commercialized. A lot of ads.
Well, that's what's happened. But that's what's happened to Facebook, because, like I said, very innocently, if someone had just sent me an email, but they don't do that, and said, "Hey, you can't do this," I wouldn't have done it. But I didn't realize that you couldn't say anything about what they think is a commercial enterprise, and so I got kicked off of there. And I didn't say anything derogatory. I didn't use any epithets. I didn't do anything that would be considered even remotely politically incorrect. But they considered what I was doing to be a commercial venture, so off I went.
Yeah, unfortunately, that has happened. I don't know what's going to replace Twitter or what's going to replace Facebook, but if they keep going the way they have, people are just going to get totally turned off on it. Like I said, what's the point of having many friends on it if nobody sees what you post? Isn't the whole point of having this media is to, share your views and read your friends' views? They're not really friends. You're never going to meet them. They're not going to,